Hello and welcome to Preppy, where we revolutionize how you prepare for IELTS. So today is the 1st of May and we are all set to launch our course on time. So what's in hold for you? First of all, today we are going to have bonus videos. We're going to be uploading 2 videos on YouTube. The first video would tell you the format of the IELTS test. In the second video on popular demand, we'll be starting with the writing section in which most people face problem and get stuck with that 6.5 band which stops them from getting their desired band score. So, I hope I'm clear. In this particular video, we'll be dealing with the format and the ins and outs of IELTS and how your experience would be on the test day, and in the second video which would be uploaded in the evening, we'll be dealing with the parameters on which you will be assessed in the writing. The International English Language Testing System, it tests your English proficiency for 2 things. One is academic, the other one is general training. The academic test is taken by those who want to go abroad and study there, whereas the general training test is multi-purpose in nature. It can be used for work permit, it can be needed for your migration process, and one of the most favorite is for Canadian PR. So you would have to take your general training test if you want to migrate to a different country. So both of these tests are absolutely the same. There are slight differences in reading, which depends upon the difficulty level or the kind of passage that you get, and on the other hand, in the writing section, the task 1 is different in general training from that of academic. That's the only difference. Apart from that, the listening and the speaking is absolutely the same. Listening, reading, writing are the 3 tests that are conducted on the same day in the same order. Whereas when it comes to speaking, the speaking can be conducted on the same day or 1 week prior or 1 week after your IELTS test day. Okay, so let's move on and understand the timings, the duration of each one of them and the types of questions. Coming to listening, listening is 30 minutes long. Plus the 10 minutes are to transfer your answers into your answer sheet. What happens in your listening? You're given headphones most of the time. In most centers you're provided with headphones. You listen to the audio through those headphones and you have a question booklet in front of you which have questions. Now, as soon as somebody is talking or this audio is on, you have to simultaneously listen to the audio, comprehend what's being said in the audio and fill up or answer all the questions given in your question booklet. You have to do this in the first 30 minutes. In the next 10 minutes, after these 30 minutes are over, you have to transfer those answers that you have written in your question booklet to your answer sheet. While you're doing that, in those 10 minutes, no audio is being played. So it's exclusive time to transfer your answers into your answer sheet, and here you can change your answers, you can recheck your answers, you can check the spellings and so on. So it's basically a bonus period that you are provided with. Now the number of questions are 40. There are 40 questions and there are different types of questions. You can have MCQ questions, matching questions, map based questions, flowchart questions and such other questions which we will discuss or dwell into in our following lectures. Coming to the reading, without any break, the next test that you have to take is the reading. That is for 1 hour. And it's slightly different when it comes to academic as well as your general training. In case of academic, you have 3 long texts and the content of the text is a little technical, it's a little academic in nature. So you have 3 long texts. Basically there are 3 sections and each one of them has 1 long passage and you have to answer questions after reading those passages. In GT again you have 3 sections. In the first section you are given 2 or more short texts depending upon the question paper. In case of the second section there are 1 or more texts, and in case of the third section there is 1 long text. Okay, so that's the slight difference, and the content of the reading in case of the general training is generic in its more of social survival and general articles. Okay. In coming to the writing, the very next after the reading ends, you start with your writing. Writing is yet again for 1 hour, and the first 20 minutes is for task 1 and the next is for task 2. Next 40 minutes is for task 2. There is a slight difference here again. The task 2 for GT and academic is the same, that's the essay, but in case of task 1, in the academic test, you are given a bar graph or a pie chart. You've given data in the form of pie chart, bar graph, and you have to interpret that data and write down a report. So that is your task academic test, and in case of your general training, you have to write down a letter. Okay. So this has to be done in your first 20 minutes. After you're done with that, in the next 40 minutes, you have to write down an essay. The letter is for 150 words, or the task 1 in case of both academic and GT, and in case of task 2, the word limit is 250 words. Right? So this is all about the writing section. The speaking session is a friendly conversation between two people, you and the examiner. So it lasts for around 11 to 14 minutes and has 3 sections. In the first one, it's very general in nature, in which the examiner will ask you some general questions about yourself or questions on familiar topics, which would last for around 4 to 5 minutes. In the second section, you will be given a cue card in which there will be one topic. You will be given 1 minute to prepare on that topic and would have to speak for around 2 minutes on that particular topic. So this is the cue card round, and you have to speak for around 2 minutes. In the third one, you have to there are yet again follow-up questions relating to this topic, and you will have to speak for 2 minutes again, sorry, 4 to 5 minutes in this case. So that's about your speaking. Speaking is a very smooth process. It ends really soon, and it's a very short and casual talk between two people. This is your IELTS exam, the crux of what's going to happen in your test and what is the format. We'll dwell into each one of them separately when we start the sections, each one of them. First of all, we'll be starting with the writing section, as it's the most demanded by you, and we have seen that most of the people face problems in scoring the desired bands in this particular section. So we'll be starting with the writing section today evening. Stay tuned with us. The writing would start. We'll let you know the parameters on which you're being assessed, and we'll help you out in the subsequent lectures on how to enhance yourself in those parameters and then score better and enhance your band scores. So that's about it from my side. Stay tuned for the session in the evening. This is your bonus lecture for the first day of the course. Thank you and have a nice day.